Yo, 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 guys, what is up? It is the Will Brown podcast right here, and today on this episode we are talking to Connor McDonald, personal trainer, vegan activist, bodybuilder. He's an entrepreneur. He's killing it in the game. I've worked with this guy. He's a good friend of mine in central London for a few years, and yeah, he really knows his stuff. He's so passionate and so knowledgeable, and he's a good-hearted person. He just wants to help the world in every way he can, similar to myself. And we just vibe with each other in this episode. Give it kind of 30 seconds to a minute for us to get really into it. But once the conversation starts flowing, we start dispelling myths about the vegan diet. We start looking at, the global shifts entrepreneurially and just how people are waking up. And yeah, it was a really good chat. We're kind of buzzing because we just got back from the huge Veg Fest in London Olympia. And we just met up with, these huge vegan activists and YouTubers, and we actually got the chance to train with them. They came into our gym on the Friday before Veg Fest. So you may have heard of people such as Nimai Delgado, the vegan bodybuilder who's never eaten meat, John Venus, the huge YouTube star, and Derek Simnet from Simnet Nutrition. And we got chatting to these guys, and they were just so awesome and such nice dudes. And yeah, me and Connor were really buzzing about it. So we chat about a lot here. There's lots to learn, but it's a really good podcast. I'm really happy with the way this came out. So enjoy, guys, and I'll see you on the other side. Cheers. Will Brown podcast number 2. I'm here on number 3, number 2 or 3. We'll figure it out.
One before, haven't you?
I've done one at home. I did one with you this morning, but the sound was a bit crap.
Was that this morning?
Yesterday morning.
Yesterday morning.
Anyway, here in London with PT Connor McDonald.
Hey guys.
How are you, mate?
Very good. End of an exciting day.
It's been a hell of a weekend. So we went to Veg Fest today in London. Absolutely huge festival, mainly aimed at vegans and vegetarians. But I think for anyone really who wants to go, who's into like health, fitness, nutrition.
Yeah, I think it's got it's a perfect environment for someone who's within the health and fitness industry, but overall, and also in kind of interested in the wellness side of things, mind and body and spirit.
Yeah.
Because there was that good talk in that Welsh guy today, wasn't there?
Yeah.
He was talking about being present in the here and now. So it's quite a variety and covers a broad spectrum, to be honest.
Yeah. And I mean, not just from the vegan and like nutrition side of things, but I was speaking to so many different people recently who are seeing that this is going to be a huge trend in the world globally, and they're looking at how we can capitalize on this. There's so many opportunities right now, entrepreneurially. You can jump on any of these sort of businesses. I met up with a guy who's looking to invest in vegan. They can just see the future. That is going to be the future, just investing. You see Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, in Beyond Meat.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, obviously big investment, and he's been forefront in a lot of global environmental aspects of what veganism might cover, or the plant-based movement.
Richard Branson invested as well, Bill Gates, all these absolute visionaries are seeing it. It's happening really quick.
Yeah, I guess if people like that are getting involved with these companies, then it must be the future or something worthy of investing in, because they've been around for a while now. So they know what's good and what's not, and what's worth.
I think it's just clever, isn't it? If you're with or against vegans or vegetarians or whatever, it doesn't matter anymore. The world's going that way faster than ever, and it's just going to be clever. The sooner you get on that train,
in terms of a business sense,
Well, in terms of everything, in terms of your health, the environment, and business.
Yeah, and it's just obviously big businesses and corporations are going to want to monetize this now. But we don't want to lose the kind of ethical and deep value beliefs that veganism or plant-based nutrition is all about.
That's it.
It's not just for the reward of financial reward. It's about saving the environment, reducing animal cruelty, and looking after your health. So, but yeah, it's like a big trend that's gonna really spike now. I think, like we were talking about it, and who was it we were speaking to today? Was it me and you? Was talking anyway, and last 12 to 18 months now have been massive, really. And even like I was thinking this even 6 months ago at the turn of the year. Last year, Veganuary, which in January everyone goes, you can go vegan, and there's a big push for it. It was massive, and so many people were on it, and there were signs all around London, on buses, billboards, on bus stops. It was crazy to see. And previous year, there was hardly any of that. So you can just tell now that it is something that people are recognising, and something that's just going to continue growing now. And I think when things grow, they just grow massively, just because of the ability to share it instantly through social media and other internet platforms. Whereas it's not have to be spread by word of mouth. It's just like bang, it's straight out there. Now things just gather momentum so much quicker, and I think the next 3 to 5 years are going to be massive.
Oh mate, it's not only just the social media side of things, but it's the fact it's got the truth behind it. You can't go back on that. Like, people are actually starting to wake up to how we actually get our meat and dairy. Is the truth. Like, you can't unsee that, all this knowledge that's being shared.
I think you're right. Like the animal agriculture is being exposed now as to its true identity, whereas it was kind of masked over for as long as it's been going on now. But now it's been coming to light, the true state of how we look after the animals that we use to produce food. People, when they see that, they're not willing to accept it, and that's where the decisions are coming from as well. It's not just it's being pushed on them. They've been shown exactly what's really going on, and then they've been able to make decisions for themselves to whether or not to continue consuming animal products. So I think it's nice. People are a bit more empowered now to make the right decisions, whereas before they were kind of going off what they heard or other people, but now they can actually see for themselves and what the state of animal agriculture is.
I think you have to have that deep down why, don't you, inside you. It has to be strong enough. You can't just be doing it for... I've seen people try it. You can't just be doing it for like a trend,
for sure,
because it's cool or whatever. You have to have that why, and for many people that's the animals, for many other people it's the environment, and for a lot of people that we've kind of met recently, it's for health. And we were very lucky. Well, not lucky, it was just we timed it well. So I've been following these guys. Some of you might have heard of them. Nimai Delgado, it's this vegan bodybuilder. You didn't go to his talk, did you? I went to his talk on Saturday, and he explained his story of how he's the only vegan to get his IBFF pro card, and like all of his life he's just faced animosity. Like, all the other bodybuilders thought he'd never do it, like everyone from his hometown, and it's just so inspiring, man. And like,
I mean, just obviously I got the opportunity to meet him this weekend, and he was very genuine and very compassionate about his beliefs and his values behind being vegan. And I didn't get to see his talk, but I can imagine it was like deeply inspiring for someone, especially who hasn't never eaten meat, compared to a lot of people who have just not eaten meat or dairy products for a certain amount of time. He's someone who's never eaten meat, and for the people who are vegan, who might be a bit concerned about how they're going to raise their children to be healthy and vegan, this is a perfect example of how they can do it. But very inspirational, and for someone to only get his bodybuilding card, I don't know which one you said it was, but it's just proven now. It's kind of knocking all those stereotypes away, really, isn't it? Because everyone is considered veganism or vegetarians to be kind of weak, malnourished, or kind of, lacking some sort of nutrient. But, now we're getting to see that you can be fully functional and even more thriving on a vegan or plant-based diet.
Yeah. And there was loads of other, I didn't actually get to speak to them, but I saw they were there, the vegan powerlifters, the vegan strongmen, Patrick Baboumian, he was there. I went over and shook his hand and just said hello.
Oh, today you saw him?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then we were just talking about, talking to someone else yesterday about, the only American male weightlifter to get to the Olympics last year was Kendrick Farris.
Yeah, amazing.
And he's a vegan.
Yeah.
And it's like...
That's got to say something, right?
It's got to say something. There's no easy route to the Olympics.
No.
There's no easy route. You have to be the best of the best.
Yeah, the best of the best. And when you come in from a country such as America, that's such a strong country when it comes to the Olympics, to be on top of the pile when it comes to powerlifting, and for that person then to be vegan, that's a huge statement. And unfortunately, I don't think it's been really put out there and shown.
I don't think it's shared.
You know what I mean? Like something like that should be, oh my god, this is an amazing feat that someone has been able to, get to the top of the powerlifting community within America, with powerhouse of sports, and done that on the plant-based diet.
Do you think that's to do with animal agriculture having so much control, so much power, so much money? They don't want those stories almost to get out there.
Well, I can imagine, a lot of
it would dent their sort of
a lot of big corporate companies that have an invested interest in animal agriculture are sponsors of the Olympic team in America. I'm sure I've seen Olympic games where McDonald's have been massive sponsors, or Kraft, or whoever,
or all the World Cups they are as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, if they're not going to want to promote as much. Look, this vegan powerlifter is one of the best, but he didn't eat any of our foods. That's not going to go down well. Yeah. But unfortunately, that we can just conspire about that. But I'm sure that is
maybe. I'm sure the truth will come out soon. But I saw. Do you know Fiona Oakes?
No.
She's the vegan marathon runner.
Oh yeah.
She holds I think it's 3 or 4 different world records in marathon running. Yeah. And I saw her at a festival, when was it, 2 months ago or whatever, but saw her speak, and she said she got right to the top of her game. She beat so many professionals at the London Marathon and loads of other marathons, but they wouldn't publicise. They didn't want, because she on the front of her thing she had vegan, just trying to spread the message, right, trying to dispel the myths again, but they wouldn't put her on TV.
No way.
Yeah, she was saying all about it. It's so this is
outrageous.
It's so controlled.
Yeah, it's so frustrating. Why someone like that who's dedicated so much time and has a true passion to for veganism or whatever, or just running, or just being the best, but unfortunately she can't get her story told or her passion put out there just because she doesn't follow normal society in terms of the food that she eats. It's frustrating and disappointing, really.
So
I can imagine that happening so much as well. Really,
yeah, so much. But it frustrates me, right? And I've only been vegan, I think it's a year now. She's been vegan, I think it's 40 years, ever since she was a kid. And imagine being vegan 40 years ago. She said it was just ridiculous. She was ousted from... Everyone thought she was crazy.
Bonkers, yeah. I guess it's such a different world 40 years ago.
Yeah.
We'd be talking about late 70s, right?
Yeah. She said she was just having dinner with her parents, and she was asking where this comes from, and they were like, oh, it's a cow. Or was and she was asking did this cow live? We have to kill it to eat it? She was like, I don't want to eat it then. She loved animals so much. Wow. She's always done it for the animals.
Yeah.
But we digress.
Yeah.
But no, it's real inspiring just to see some people, and it's all about the knowledge, isn't it? You go and learn so much from these things. I think it's so important.
Yeah, I think it's a massive opportunity to develop your knowledge and get a true understanding of what it's about, and you can meet so many different types of people who've got different stories and different ways of going around about things. So yeah, man, it's a great event, and Yeah, I think it's getting bigger and bigger each year now.
Right.
I think the
So
London one
big.
you said was the biggest one in the world. One of the biggest ones, right?
That one we went to today, I think, was the biggest in Europe.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure about the world, but yeah.
Still, it's leading front runner,
Yeah.
and they're quite busy. And
They're so busy. But I think it comes from technology, isn't it? Social media is so
Yeah.
powerful for this stuff now.
yeah,
Did you see what I posted earlier?
no,
Of what was there today? I've seen them. They travel all around the country. They do it like in the high street. They hook people up with.
oh yeah, I saw them at the festival. Yeah,
What's it called? Virtual reality.
yeah, VR headsets.
So it's real footage of inside a slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
So it takes people there. People that are
Yeah.
eating meat. They can actually see where it comes from. And
Yeah.
it's just they go vegan right there on the spot.
Yeah,
You see all their videos online of
Yeah.
people doing it. And
Really?
they completely
Yeah.
turn right there and then. It's crazy.
We went to one last year, a Vegan Life festival in Alexandra Palace in London, and they had them there, and I was talking to
Yeah.
one of the guys there, and it's like a right in your face way of kind of showing
Yeah.
exactly what they're dealing with in these
But-
abattoirs. And
It's the truth.
yeah, exactly. It's not like
It's not like they're brainwashing you.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
just showing you the truth of what's
that's
happening.
it. Yeah, like it's like you can't really argue with it.
No.
I'm sure people will, but you can't go, look, this is where the animals stay that you eat, and this is how they're treated.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are super shocked, and
Yeah.
even people that when we were there, the people that I was with, they were shocked themselves, even though they know and they've seen so many videos
Yeah.
about it. Even just putting one of those VR headsets on,
Yeah.
brings a tear to
It
people's
puts
eyes.
you in that room.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's so powerful, and it's and I think I think people who do consume animal products should give it a go, and I think they should go to the veg fest and kind of get a feel for what it's about and kind of educate themselves. So I think
if you still eat meat,
yeah,
even if you just have a slight interest in sort of health fitness.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just a different alternative, a different way. Like when we're just looking for the purest way to thrive and the most humane and ethical way.
Mm.
And I think you can't really. What's wrong with that? But unfortunately, like veganism gets such a bad rap that it's kind of like looked upon by like meat eaters as like kind of like culty. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is really frustrating. But all we're trying to do is like be as clean and as healthy for ourselves and as equally. As equal to all living things as possible,
exactly.
and I don't. So it's a bit annoying when it can be a bit like.
It is annoying, and it's frustrating that there's such a stigma attached just to the word vegan. Like, I've spoken to a few people recently who say, "Yeah, I've gone like plant-based, but I won't label myself as a vegan just because of that stigma."
Yeah, I think I did that on my Instagram.
Did you?
I don't have anything on there now. I just have like coach and like the co-founder of Blitz.
Yeah.
But I did have vegan, and then I changed it to plant-based, which maybe it was wrong of me doing. But it is like I'm a bit I don't like labeling myself as anything really.
Yeah.
I don't, whether it's vegan or meat eater. I don't like labeling myself because I think too many things are like labeled and put in different categories, and it's just like I'm just like me, and this is what I do.
Yep.
I'm not this, I'm not that. I'm just I'm me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I kind of did it. But if you are passionate about something, then maybe you should stick to it. But it is, you do get that feeling that you're going to be labeled straight away because obviously working in the health and fitness industry as a personal trainer and playing rugby, as soon as you say you're vegan, it's like everyone's on you, everyone's just like questioning you, and whatever you're eating, is that dairy free or whatever. It's just like blah, blah, and it's just a bit annoying, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that's something you have to deal with to get through it. But I mean, I think people are interested. They are actually interested when they see it's not just like a fad and you stick to it, and your everything you do follows suit to the values of veganism. Then people respect it, and they within as a PT and other PTs at the gym will ask me about it because they respect it, and they're like, well, they kind of ask me, and then they can understand it. And most of them, when you put it down to the truths, like you said, no one can argue with it. They're like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then
It's just that awareness, isn't it? It's just that knowledge.
Yeah.
That's what needs to happen, and that's what is happening. That the knowledge is being spread quicker than ever.
It's like wildfire.
But it's like, why? I know there's a stigma attached, and we just said that. But when vegans are only trying to help people with their health or their own health.
Yeah.
They're only trying to help animals, and they're only trying to help the planet.
Yeah.
You look at those 3 reasons. It's
Yeah.
all positive things. Like,
Yeah.
why would you hate someone?
I think,
or have a negative. You know,
yeah, I think negative attachment to
negative
it.
attachment towards that. Yeah.
I think, like we said earlier, maybe like back in the day, like when that runner,
Yeah.
when she was a vegan, like veganism would probably be quite like you said, a bit weird and a bit like like something wrong with you to be not eating meat. So I guess it was kind of branded from an early on age that it's like a weird thing, and it's kind of like a sub, like, oh no, not subculture, but just like maybe not a cult, but just like something like hippies do.
Yeah.
It's just people got this kind of stereotype in their mind early doors, and now and then the media might like not present it too well, and I think maybe it's this accumulation of certain things that have led up to this kind of this stigma and the stereotype of veganism. But I think now people just can't, in the next few years, people who are ignoring it, they won't have a choice.
Yeah.
Not like I'm saying like it's going to be the only way.
No, it's going to be everywhere though.
But it's going to be like
it's growing.
Like if you look at all the companies now who have been solely animal products, they're investing heavily and even also completely converting to plant-based products.
Yeah.
Like there was that dairy farmer in America who converted all his dairy products or got rid of all his cows and then started producing nut milks.
Yeah.
Completely. The whole thing.
And he's making probably more money from it, right?
Probably, yeah, for sure. It's huge.
I know there's so many dairy farms like all over the world. I was looking at this the other day, who they don't want to be butchers anymore. They don't want to be sending all these cows to slaughterhouses. Like they don't think it's right. They've kind of woken up themselves, right? And obviously they own the farms, they own the land. They got rid of their cows and they put solar panels on their farms.
Really?
And they're making like 10 times as much, some of these places, like obviously nearer the equator or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
through
solar energy.
Really?
Collecting solar energy, yeah.
That's amazing.
Rather than cows. And and it's much less maintenance. They just need to clean their solar panels every now and then.
That's incredible.
There's a bit of an investment at the start, obviously, to buy the panels, but
for sure. You can easily recoup that.
Yeah.
I think
and there's no suffering, there's no having to keep them all. It's just constant energy, income. It's madness. Yeah. But anyway, that's the environmental side of things.
Yeah.
But no, what I was going to say then about what I've noticed about these sort of vegans like that lady, Fiona Oakes, the marathon runner, and actually Nimai, when I saw his presentation yesterday, it motivated them. Like when she was younger, she saw these runners and like she started running, and people were like, oh, you can never do that, you can't have enough energy. And she was like, watch me, I'm gonna do it. And then she used that as ammunition to go out and beat all their times, to set all these records. And Nimai did that as well when he was trying to hire a health coach to get him to like bodybuilder standard. All of them were saying, you'll never do it, you need meat and eggs and stuff to be a bodybuilder. And he was like, I'm gonna do it now even more for those reasons you've just told me, to prove you wrong. I think that's a lot of people's biggest motivation. People tell them that they can't. I think once you tell someone that you can't, then you're in a world of trouble, because then that's just going to fire up that person. And it's quite crazy, really, like with the knowledge that's out there. If someone's still saying that you can't, like to Nimai, that you can't, you're not going to be able to compete in professional bodybuilding. He's like, unless you eat meat on eggs. It's such old school. Like, I mean, come on, you got to lose that now, or at least you got to take it into consideration. But that's the frustrating thing. What did you say about ignorance that Joe Rogan said? Was it you that said it? Oh, no, sorry. It's a different thing I'm listening to. About ignorance. Like, ignorance isn't not knowing. Ignorance is knowing but not taking action. Oh, really?
Something like that. Does that make sense?
Say it again.
Ignorance is when ignorance is not listening to people.
Yeah.
But it's listening but not taking action.
Does
that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and I think that's where a lot of people are going wrong these days. I mean, I think we need to lose that, and I think everything that we say now is going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, people are going to have to lose that old mentality of you need fucking meat and eggs to be big and stuff, because it's there's actual factual evidence through, you know, Nimai and the other inspirational bodybuilders and powerlifters, and like, you can't. That's it now. I mean, that's all you need, isn't it? Like they'd say, well, this is a meat eater.
You're going to use him as proof.
You had him in. I had him in the gym when you were down the other day. Him, John Venus, and Derek Simnet. Yeah. Had the three of them in the gym, in central London the other day, and they were like the biggest and most leanest people in the gym. I'm not saying it's like a proper bodybuilder's gym, but there are some big people in there.
Yeah, but they were easily the biggest.
Easily the biggest. Yeah. And these are pure vegan athletes.
Yeah.
And, you know, like you said, a couple of PTs went up to you and said, they're vegan. I was like, no way, they must be on steroids.
Yeah,
but
other PTs, which are supposed to be specialists in the health and fitness industry, and I said, they're vegans. And they were like, no fucking way, they must be on steroids.
Yeah, I can imagine they get it all the time. But
in Nimai's presentation, he did a bit on that, how he just gets it all the time.
Yeah.
And, like, that again spurs him on, just to be the best he possibly can clean.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's a bit... it's a shame that, like, as soon as someone sees something that's amazing, there must be some sort of, like, conspiracy, or there must be some sort of behind the scenes negativity about it, you know, whether someone's doing steroids. I mean, you get it with a lot of people, like, even if they're vegans or not vegans, people automatically judge them, they must be on roids if they're just big.
But that person's actually just worked really hard for
that. I think, and that's what, veganism isn't easy, and I mean, but it's not very difficult once you know, but
it's not difficult at all. I thought it would be so much harder than it is.
You have to put in, a little bit more effort here and there to really understand what you need to eat and stuff like that. But ultimately, like, it's very simple. But with it, like with anything, you know, if you want it if you want it bad enough, then you'll get it, and it will always require effort.
Yeah. Just going back to what you said then about ignorance reminded me of a quote I used in a talk recently by Einstein, who said, condemnation without investigation is the height of ignorance. Which is basically like saying, how can you judge something before you've tried it? Yeah. Pretty much. And everyone does that.
100%.
How can you judge something if you've never tried it, you know?
Yeah. I guess, like, and that's the biggest thing. I mean, you need to be able to see, I always say, you need to be able to see both sides of the story. Yeah. Before you can make a true judgment. And I mean, that's for everyone. Yeah. And that's for me, you know, whatever. I've got my own judgments and stuff like that. And I don't really have experience or knowledge about the other side as much due to any whatever constraints there are. But I mean, you know, with something like veganism, you know, there is options to, you know, really take time to invest and get a true side of it. Yeah. People are too quick to judge, you know, without really understanding both sides.
And I feel like I can kind of testify to that a lot better now that I have over the years, over the last kind of 10 years working in the health and fitness industry. I've done the paleo diets, I've done the ketogenic diet, I've done the Atkins diet, I've done the muscle bulking phases, the fat cutting phases, the zero sugar stints, you know, the juice cleanses, all that stuff. I've tried it all to see what works. Yeah. And then I went vegan and I feel this fucking good. I have more energy than ever, like all day long. Yeah. My memory and my mind feels on point, like I'm stronger than ever, I think. It's like everything is improved. I never ever thought that would happen. Yeah. So why would I ever go back?
I guess a lot of people think that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, exactly. Why would you go back? You know, and there's so much benefits from it, and I think people don't really understand it, or don't really take it, don't really know about it yet. So
just don't write it off.
Yeah.
But anyway, we got to go, haven't we?
That's it. Yeah.
Good chat.
That was it. That was the podcast.
How long was that? 27 minutes. Not bad. Thanks for listening. If you got this far, this has been episode 2 or 3, but I'll tidy it up.
We're going to keep going more. Follow Will on
William Brown Can on Instagram. I'll link it in here. And follow Connor on
PT_Big Mac and also the _Body Blitz.
Body Blitz going well, is it?
Yeah, it's all right. It's, you know, it's in the health and fitness industry, whenever you put anything out online, there's a mass of it anyway, so it kind of can get really diluted unless you've got a lot of finances really to promote it and put it out there into the public. So it's going to be extremely organic and a lot of effort and time. And this
I think it's going to be huge.
If with a little bit of patience and a little bit of persistence, things will fall into place. And hopefully through doing some more YouTube videos, do some more podcasts, and really up in my game on social media and all the other platforms, which will help promote it and put out the message and the message that I'm trying to put out there about people becoming the best versions of themselves and really getting from life what they deserve. So
living with compassion.
Living with compassion. So about that.
Maybe not that bit. Take that bit out.
Delete.
But yeah, also you can follow my other two organisations. You've got the Health Awareness Network and the Climate Awareness Network, and you should be starting to hear about those a little bit more in the future. But yeah, sweet. Thanks for listening. Anything else to say, Connor?
That's all, guys. Please like, share, comment, show your love. We're trying to
save the world.
Trying to do things here.
All right, cheers.
Peace.
Catch you next time.
See you guys.